Hey everybody, welcome to the nightly vid. We didn't have much to talk about today, but we're going to see the SPY here inside day after going into all-time highs. So what's important is that we know the broadening formation. Lower lows, higher highs, inside bar actionable signal. Now if this were to break down, we would still be an inside week, so you got to be careful of the rev strat. However, it was a 3 last week, which means this is the broadening formation that we're drawing out on the daily chart. You'll see 3. So if we are 2 down and in force tomorrow, it could be trying to come back through that. Just something we want to be aware of. At this point, we're still nowhere near change in the month or quarter. You can see we're a couple % away. So we'll see. But you got inside days Qs as well. Also very much an inside week in the Qs. Inside day Dow Jones after going into recent highs as well. And all-time highs on the quarter. And IBM inside day after going into recent highs as well. So you're going to see the broadening formation expanded here on IBM. Got bigger, and now, right, this is outside month already, quarterly magnitude already, inside day. So we want to be aware of this simultaneous break. With continuity, we'd prefer we just gap down and go rev strat on a Tuesday. But we're just going to be aware of all those inside bars. It's at the top of our list, all those indexes. What we saw to start the week was Tesla had some relative strength here. You'll see inside month and up with the 2-2-week reversal up, already hitting its weekly magnitude. However, bright green quarter. So if this keeps going and the market confirms tomorrow with a rev strat or with a inside bar up, Tesla could take the quarter up and maybe, some of the robo-taxi stuff starts causing stock movement. That's really the only catalyst I know on Tesla that may be coming in the future. We also saw energies today, continuation. So XLE, 2 going 3 month. XOP, rev stratting the month. OIH, potentially, maybe a quarter signal. It doesn't have any monthly signal, but inside month OIH, which makes it relatively strong. So energies have the potential to keep going. You'll see OIH is inside day here. That tells you, the standard stuff. XOM, right? It's potential rev strat month, maybe setting up for next month. CVX, right? Maybe a 3-2 week with the inside day. And I actually did not get this in the list, so I'm going to do that now. OIH inside, CVX inside, XOM potential rev strat month. We go to FANG. You'll see FANG this week, just continuation week of last week's reversal. Also inside month, and you'll see these big PMGs. I think energy sector is going to be firm. If we go to Oxy, you'll see inside month up potentially. Pivot machine gun. I like to know about that. Putting some stars next to that one. If we go to MPC, let's see, also 2 going 3 month. Last week it reversed and it's still confirming. 3-2 quarter as well. So you can see a triangle out on the month. 3-2 quarter expansion. This could go flying into all-time highs. VLO, I'm not sure if we looked at that, but same thing as MPC. Rev strat quarter, 2 going 3 month. All the fun stuff. Wow. Some really good stuff on Friday last week. And there's a million more, right? But you can be watching any energies or just the ETFs to make it simple. That being said, we also saw Staples, which is your XLP, really weak. You'll see 2 up in red, shooter actionable signal, reversal to start the week, which causes 2-2 reversal week after levels of reclaim. So Staples is trying to go outside month, maybe an outside quarter if they're really weak. But looking down here around 79.26 Staples. And as far as how you trade that, with a weekly chart, you can use the 60 or ideally around like a 15-minute chart. And what you want to do, since we know that we have the weekly signal all week, you wait for the slight higher highs on the 15. You'll see we go down, slight higher highs, then down again. So tomorrow, this would be the highs we have. Maybe they chop them up a little, right? Something like this. Maybe they chop them up a little and then make some slight higher highs and then get to puking again. So that's all we're looking for. In the staples, you're going to have Walmart just continuing its kicker. And we mentioned this one last week as a high watch name here. We go see this. Walmart kicker, bearish focus at the open. And when it comes to kickers, they tend to keep going. So kicker, 2, 2 still going, still good. And you'll see it's down about 3%. So we'll see if that can get better. You got weekly pivot machine gun. We pointed out last week. Potential for a rev strap month to the downside with further pivot targets on the downside. If we look down and left, you'll see all these guys to get taken out. And a red quarter, 2 going 3. Coke, it's also 3-2 week. I'm not the most interested, but if it stays out of that 3, it gives us something to talk about. You'll have this broadening expansion here, like so. To go target these lows, same thing. Look for your triangle outs first. Could become 3-2 quarter. And then triple M with the daily actionable signal here. I'm not sure if it counts as staples. It's more of an industrial name, but they all look similar. You'll see triple N, the potential inside day pivot machine gun down, plus further pivot machine gun even below that. So could be a really fast one tomorrow. You'll have industrials looking similar, triangle out, plus the inside day. With triple M, I could tell you look at John Deere, which currently still inside week. Cat, which is going to be still inside week, still inside month. So, but triple M, definitely what I'm interested in. You could look at Norfolk Southern, maybe becomes a 2 down week. See this crazy broadening formation they've got here. Tick down, tick up. And then can you get outside of that with the 3-on-2? But triple M. In the healthcares, this is one I just posted a tweet about. If you want the explanation, go check out my Twitter. But 3-2 on a Monday, weekly continuity after an outside month. We'll see if that follows through. That tells you to be looking at Pfizer. Look at this. Big pivot machine gun down and left. And already went an outside month. So if we can continue tomorrow, what we're going to look for, similar to everything else, we want to see some slight higher highs first and then go. So 15-minute, if we could triangle out the 25-27 or even a different high that forms tomorrow, looking for continuation down, going up and then down. If we go to Glob, I like this one. See triangle out day. Are they selling it this month? They are. This quarter? Yep. Potential inside week signal? Yep. So, at the very least, we could target down into here, and maybe they go a lot further since they're definitely selling this one and they're not all-time lows yet. Outside of that, that's about all I've got. You could be looking at some of the other ones like UNH. Still, inside week, LLY. Maybe a rev strat week, we'll see. But I like Pfizer. Myrna. You'll see Myrna as well, so I'll add that one. See rev strat month, weekly reversal. Obviously, Myrna's been a lot higher. It's also been lower. So 2308, you'll see it's just not much meat on the bone, about $2 left there to take out. In the discretionary, of some more triangle outs. Lulu, inside day triangle out, after triangle out. We look for that reversal back down through these guys. What that could cause is a 3-2-2 weekly reversal with full time frame continuity up to the quarter and the year. I believe it's 3-2 year down. No, it's continuation year down, but on a 2-year chart, it's 3-2. Then we already went through energies. In the tech, you have inside day FSLR. Could be PMG up, right? If they are frisky tomorrow, however, that'd be inside week. Or inside down reversal, anyone long on Friday, get them out, cause a 3-2-2 reversal week, negate the month to red, and reclaim the monthly mother bar here. I would prefer the downside because you got these further pivot targets to look at. So you can see if that weekly reverts and we start taking this out, we may take them all out. No earnings coming up anytime soon either. Looks like they are, doing decent, but we'll see. Team. Also, slight triangle out inside day, which could bring them back in. Now, this one's got a star next to it. 3-1-2 reversal day. 3-2 down month expansion, 2 going 3 quarter, could cause a 2-2 reversal week with the daily signal. D-Dog, this is another one that's got a star next to it. I like it for the PMG. You'll see slight higher highs. Could cause inside week down, which would show relative weakness. And then inside day pivot machine gun can make it all happen, just tomorrow morning. Take all of these guys out in one go. Would be a good one for weeklies here. And I like that. We got a star next to it. And then if you've been following the weekend vids, Microsoft, we alerted on this one last week, Monday. Inside week down Microsoft, and boom, down to magnitude they go, $14. But does it get worse, right? 312 add. So if you took the weekly signal, what you wait for as a weekly guy is you want to see this. Instead of using the 15, if you're a weekly guy, 4 hour. So you're going to see slight higher highs on the 4 hour and then the inside day signal to send them back lower. And if you're quicker intraday, you could have tried to short it up in here to set that up, but we'll see tomorrow if they follow through for the Microsoft shorts. And that covers it for tonight. There's probably a lot more we could be looking at, but with the simultaneous break setting up on indexes, I find it easier to try and keep things a little smaller, separate them by the sectors, just so we have some focus based on who's moving tomorrow, and go from there. A lot of inside weeks to start this week, just to reiterate here. So if we pull this up here on a weekly basis, you're going to see we got about 80% of the market inside, which makes sense. We've had a lot of volatility. The question is, does that volatility continue, or do we start contracting with mother bar problems, which starting Monday, inside days across all the indexes, we may be going mother bar problems. So just be aware, right? If the market's flat and it's not doing that much and getting stuck inside in the morning, like an inside 60 or a double inside day, just hold off, right? You can be careful. But that being said, that's all I've got here. And if you want the list, here is your Monday night list from the bottom of the screen to the top. That's all I've got for you tonight. So adios, have a good night, and we'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning.